How to hypnotize someone without them knowing. In this easy beginner step-by-step tutorial, I'm going to show you how to hypnotize someone in a very easy, effective, and ethical way. And by ethical, I mean you should never try to get someone to do what you want to do. It's always about helping them. If it's your client, family member, friend, coaching client, move in the direction they want to move. I'm Giovanni Maccarrone, and I'm a life coach here in Toronto. And I help people move in the direction of confidence, self-esteem, and motivation. My website's listed below. And one of the techniques I use is storytelling. When you tell someone a story, you bypass their conscious mind and speak to their subconscious mind. They start making connections and parallels between their story and the story you're telling them. And you're not even telling them anything. You're telling them a story. For example, a client came in and they invested so much money, most of their money, into their business. Now they want to sell their business, but they were afraid they were going to make $0 from it. Now, I'm not sure if that's true, but let's say that happens. So I thought, how do I help him feel more confident? So I told him a story. And the story was of a guy who, in his 20s or 30s, he started selling ads. And he was making money, and he grew his business, grew until he was 60, and he was worth $150 million. One bad decision after another, and he went down to $0. And he actually went into debt. So he was 60 years old at this point, and now he's in debt. What does he do? What he did is he said, let me start from the basics, from the basis. Let me just start selling ads like I was doing when I first started. So he started with that, but he did it better this time. He did it different this time. And little by little, he grew it. And a few years later, he was worth $180 million. He was never even worth that much the 20, 30 years prior, but in those 3 years, he was worth more than all those years prior. So I hypnotized, or I influenced my client at this point. Think of how much more confident my client feels at this point. Think of how much more confident he goes into negotiations at this point. Instead of selling it for example, $400,000 because he was afraid, maybe he's going to sell it at $450,000 or $500,000, $500,000. So is that a little difference or a big difference? And you could use this hypnosis technique or this influence technique with, again, your coaching clients, if you're selling something like sales, as long as you're doing it in their favor, what they want, or your friends or your family. For example, I have a real estate client, Stephanie DeZalza, who used this exact technique before she met me. When clients are afraid to invest in their first property because it's, who knows how much it is, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in their first real estate property, sometimes they're afraid. So she goes, I know exactly how you feel. When I first invested in my first property, it was $285,000, and I was scared. But 3 years later, I sold it for $385. I made $100,000. And from there, my next property, I made, I forget how much it was, $200,000 or $300,000. The third property, she made close to $600,000 in 8 years, obviously, but $600,000. So telling her story put her client at ease to help them move forward with confidence and feeling comfortable and making what my client, Stephanie DeZalza, thought was a good decision for them as well. And then obviously they have the choice at the end. But she helped them make that decision, feel confident with that decision by using this covert hypnosis, by using this technique of storytelling. If you want to learn more about storytelling or hypnosis or life coaching for confidence, self-esteem, and motivation, my website's listed below. Give me a call. We'll have a free phone consultation, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. Talk to you soon. Bye.